me the thumbs up that you're actually in like you're supposed to. There it is. YouTube is up like it's supposed to. You guys see I got the book up, you know, going over this. I don't want to drop this one once again. This one is really necessary, if you will. I believe that Peter Drucker, what he covers with this, with the impact of change on business, I want to read to you guys verbatim and what he says here because I feel like it's key, right? So, you guys know what this is, the playlist, right? This is episode 290 something, I believe. We are just cutting away. Anyway, I just want to get right into it. Let's just jump right into it. Like I said, managing for the future, right? So what he explains here is he says, I want to get right into it. He actually gives a quote and he says, prediction of future events is futile, right? So we're going to elaborate on that. But when you think about change in business, right? There's so much change and what the impact of that change may be. And when he clarifies that, I've already read this, obviously, so I kind of know where he's going, but I don't want to give it away. So I'll just read it to you. All right, so here's the deal. He goes, the starting point to know the future is realization that there are two different, though complementary, approaches. He goes, finding and explaining the time lag between the appearance of a discontinuity in the economy and society and its full impact, one might call this anticipation of a future that has already happened, right? And then he goes to imposing on the yet unborn future a new idea that tries to give direction and shape to what is to come. This one might maybe be called the future, making the future happen, right? So you're kind of more in charge here, right? So what does that mean exactly? I'm not going to put my thoughts into this one. Like I said, I don't want to deviate. He goes, the future has already happened, is not within the present business. It is outside. A change in society, knowledge, culture, industry, or economic structure. It is, moreover, a major trend, a break in the pattern, rather than an anticipation in its impacts, introduces new precipitation in the beholder. The need is to make oneself see it, right? He goes, the opportunities are neither remote nor obscure. The pattern has to be recognized first. Predicting the future can only get you in trouble. The task is to manage what is there and to work to create what could and should be. What does that even mean, right? So we go into the action point. If you guys know his trend on what he does, is he gives you an action point, which helps you identify exactly what he's trying to do. He says, spot a discontinuity in the economy or society that has appeared and presents an opportunity for your enterprise. Determine how long it will take for this change to impact the business. Develop a business plan to cash in on this insight. So if you're watching your business's production, right, week by week, we talked about this a few episodes back, right? You don't want to wait till the end of the quarter. You don't want to wait till the end of the month. If you want to make sure that you can monitor and scale accordingly and have a closer eye as to whether or not you're losing money or not, you almost want to pay attention and do a review on your books, on production, on sales, everything that you can think of with your company week by week, because you can quickly observe a change and therefore predict the future on the outcome, correct a lot of issues before the end of the month. Therefore, you're more than likely to have a more successful quarter and then year, right? So you're measuring your systems accordingly, and that's probably the best way to not predict your future, but more control the outcome, right? So that's probably the best way I can explain that. I appreciate you guys for checking in. This is just more detailed analysis when it comes to really dealing with the consumer and your production and how you can maintain forward, if you will, success, right? There it is, guys. I appreciate you guys for checking in. Hey, get the book on YouTube in the description below. You know that's where it is. If you're on LinkedIn and you're checking in, because I know I have a lot of people that watch on LinkedIn and kind of chime in here and there, and I appreciate that. I love that. Definitely get the book on the YouTube. It's in the description. You click the link, takes you over to Amazon. Go get the book. Apply it to business. It's kind of like just like a daily read. Like if you wake up in the morning, right? You have your coffee, whatever it is you do to start your day. It's a great way to just kind of start spawning all these thoughts, right? That once the mind starts racing at the beginning of your day and you get that nice hot cup of coffee, you can just tail off into just innovative thinking and forward thinking. That's what you really, really want when we talk about business. Appreciate you guys for checking in.